World of Warcraft is one of, if not the biggest and most popular MMO of all time. As of May 2023, it had 126,048,533 total players, and 1,197,461 of those players were actively playing. That's a big discrepancy, but it's still a lot of people. With that popularity also comes the longevity of the game itself. World of Warcraft originally released on November 23rd, 2004. This game's been going for 19 years strong, and Blizzard is showing no signs of slowing down. Although, some would say that might be their problem. You see, WoW had this thing that no other games had going. For the first 10 to 13 years of its runtime, really. And that was a community that loved and supported the game, as well as each other. The community was just super into it. It was not toxic. It was before the internet really had this idea of toxic communities, right? But there's tons of content that you could grind through and enjoy with your friends. World of Warcraft has always been, to me, a way to find new people who enjoy the same things as you and make new friends. It was kind of the culture I got grown into with WoW because my own mom met my stepdad while playing World of Warcraft. Now, I know I'm not very old. When WoW came out, I was 3 years old. But in 2008, at the age of 7 years old, my mom finally let me try the game out on her computer. The big thing about that year was WoW had released Wrath of the Lich King, which was a huge expansion. It was the second expansion of the game, and it was just insane. 7-year-old me saw the commercials, saw the cinematics, saw the Lich King himself, just big armor, just amazing, and all of his Death Knights, and I was like, that's my new favorite thing on the planet. And I played hours of it, hours upon hours, and I know you're thinking, whoa, 7 years old, you're playing hours and hours of a video game, what the heck, man, get outside the house. We lived in the middle of the woods in Georgia. I had no friends, so WoW was my way of making friends, right? And even though I wasn't very communicative, whatever, I couldn't type well because I'm 7. So really a lot of the group content was done with my mom and my stepdad and their friends that they'd been playing with for a long time. But the game really had an effect on me, And I loved the Horde. The Horde faction, best one. And it's probably because it's the faction my mom played. Also, just because the races looked cooler to me. You had the toughest looking characters you could make with the orcs and the tauren. The trolls were these awesome shamans from the coast. Undead, I'm gonna be honest, they kind of creeped me out. But the blood elves were also the epitome of, dang, that's pretty. My first character ever was a tauren hunter, and I named him Warriorlock. I'm not really sure where the name came from. At 7 years old, I don't think I came up with Warriorlock, but I find it hard to believe that it was a randomized name too. But if you couldn't tell, the word Warriorlock's kind of an integral part of my life now. I'd play for hours after school and keep grinding, doing all the quests and content that I could by myself. And after maybe a year of WoW, it had become my favorite thing to do. It was fun, it was new, and it gave me a sense of achievement. Always leveling up, gaining new skills and abilities. And it was far before I had ever started playing sports. Sadly, before too long, my mom's account got hacked and stolen from her. Many characters were lost to the internet, including mine, and there was actually nothing we could do about it at the time. See, in 2009, Blizzard didn't have crazy good customer support, and getting around the internet was still a challenge. So after that, my mom kind of had a little bit of a vendetta against Blizzard, swore it off. We didn't touch WoW for, I want to say, at least 7 years. Now, eventually, I got old enough, got a little bit older, and I was allowed to have my own profiles for video games, and I was allowed to have my own computer. With that came this insanely massive library of games and things to do, and just the world opened up. And I'd play game after game, but I always had a feeling that, I could be having more fun, or that, I could be playing something better, putting my time into a different game, getting hit with the dopamine stick. And I've got what my friends love to so lovingly call gaming ADHD. Really, it just means I can't play one game for a long time. I have a problem doing it. Like, we'll play a game, and I will, halfway through us playing the game, we'll have 3 missions complete, and I'll be like, alright, I want to play something else. Maybe it's actual ADHD, who knows? We might get diagnosed one day. But all I know is that it stopped me from being engaged and involved in whatever I was playing at the time. And it didn't take me long to find WoW again, seeing as how it was the most popular MMO. You know, you're bound to find it again when you're on the internet. And at the time when I had gotten back to WoW, they had released Warlords of Draenor, which a lot of people didn't like, but I loved that expansion. It was one of my favorites, probably because it's the expansion I got back into the game with. And yet again, I was grabbed by WoW. Lo and behold, I make my own account, and I start playing on the free trial up to level 20, because I was broke, and couldn't pay for a sub. I made a new Tauren Hunter, forgot about Warrior Lock. I don't even remember what I named this new Hunter. And I was back. I was loving every second of the game. Honestly, for the next couple of years, I just played. Played through Warlords of Draenor, played through Legion, and had just a great time. Got some of my friends into WoW that had never played WoW. Met some new friends that were playing WoW. Just had a great time. Found a guild. Raided for like the first time. And I was, again, back into it. It was the most fun I'd ever had. Then, 2019, Battle for Azeroth. Blizzard's 7th expansion into World of Warcraft. And quite possibly, subjectively, the worst one. Now, it would take me another video entirely for me to air my grievances and talk about why Battle for Azeroth was not a good expansion. But no one's going to watch that. And I really don't want to go into those details. So, all you got to know is I quit. I quit WoW. It was bad enough I left again. And I pretty much made this like little promise to myself. I'm like, I'm never coming back. I'm never going to play WoW again. I'm not doing it. I almost stuck to it. That brings us to today. Blizzard has launched Wrath of the Lich King Classic, which allows you to play WoW as if it were 2008 again. Old models, old gear, old world, massive amounts of nostalgia. The game looks great, and it feels good again, you know? And the nostalgia was just enough to make me crack. I've resubbed WoW, and I'm right back into playing strongly. The problem here is I'm having fun, right? That's the biggest part of it. Is last night I was even joking around with some of my friends, and they're like, you've got a problem. I'm like, look, we gotta love each other for our problems. But as long as you're having fun, is it really that much of a problem when it comes to video games? Let me know. Pop it down in the comments if you've got that one game. That one game you just can't escape. And no matter how much you don't want to have fun playing it, you have so much fun playing it. I'm sure we've all got one. And thank you for indulging me and watching this weird, wacky, new format of a video. Let me know if you like it, because I could definitely write more stuff like this. And, you know, like, subscribe, do all the things you do for a YouTuber. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.